Hello, hi. This is project 2 from the group of John Kellogg and Jeff Shamp. So the purpose is to analyze a 2-node network dataset. And here we are using the Global Terra Group dataset that we have been using in project 1. The 2-node here refers to the Terra group as the first node and then country as the second node. And we used island methods to reduce the size and also calculated the other characteristics of this data set. Here's the data set. And by the way, here is from Google Map the 8 countries that we chose to analyze: Jordan, Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, and Pakistan. So here are the maps, which are the reason we chose it was because of U.S. involvement in them. First, we defined 2 functions: trim edges and island methods. Then get the nodes, 2 nodes, which we need. One is country, the other is a Terra group name. As we can see that there are 3,000 nodes together, so which is sufficient for the subsequent analysis. Here is the preview of the subsetted 8 countries in database. So we first look at the network of these 3,000 nodes and 4,000 edges. As you can see, it's a lot, which deems the necessity of trim it down. So we reduce the size by islands. Islands, we used 8 thresholds by applying more and more bigger weights, so that so that we create step by step by raising the water or creating a higher threshold, so that the islands are further and further reduced. In total, we arbitrarily chose 7 islands. So here they are. The first island has 53 nodes and with 1 connection. The second have 18 nodes, and so on and so forth. We can see that the 6th and 7th, because they are 2 nodes, so we chose one of them instead. And here are the codes to break down 2 islands, 7 of them together. So here is the first level of island, which has 53 nodes. So as we can see that the majority of the nodes, which is 3,000 of them, were dropped. So these are the most significant or powerhouse, as we can see. There are numbers of the Kurds, Muslim extremes, PLK, etc. on this corner, which are Pakistan. This will be relevant in the future. So the second, we did the cliques algorithm. Cliques algorithm is a way of arbitrating the relevance or interconnections within the cliques, but not outside the cliques. So any nodes that appear in the same cliques are strongly connected, but not with any other ones. And introducing any nodes into the clique will change the nature of the clique. So that gives layman some way of analyzing it. So for the first island, we can see that besides Muslim, there are lots of PKKs, Kurdish, etc., which are in line with the island analysis above. So then moving on to the second island. So there's a significant reduction of nodes from 53 to 18, and we can see that there are a number of these other groups that's been dropped. So here's island 1, for example, Spiratis, JEM, and opposition group, etc. They were dropped. So what's left are the ones that are important terror groups, such as Muslim, gunmen, Al Qaeda, Hezbollah, etc. The cliques shows that in a way it's consistent with the island. This is island 2. So lots of Shia, ISIS, PKK now appears significantly in these cliques. It's very interesting that PKK is the group that U.S. Has been friendly with, so it'll be interesting to see if they still remain in the next levels of reduction, which is from island 3 all the way to island 6. And yes, they still remain to be here. And so besides ISIS, gunmen, Muslim extremists, PKK and Hezbollah still are significant, important terror groups, despite USA tried to befriend them. So this is island 3, and then so the clique here is analysis is consistent with the island analysis that these groups, Hezbollah, PKK, are still present. Moving on to island 4, now there are only 5 nodes, and what PKK eventually dropped, and here are the remaining ones in the island. And then the cliques shows that ISIS and gunmen it's still largely present besides Muslim. And now island 5, which is similar to island 4, so this level of weight does not change much in terms of the island, nodes in island. Finally, the final one, there's node number 6 and 2, but we chose, because they are so similar, so we chose one of them. And we can see that the Muslim extremist is the one that finally remained as the most important terror group. And of course, this unknown due to the data structure. We finally got the strongest node, which is the Muslim extremist in both the clique and the islands. So the second level of node, of two-node network we analyze is countries. The countries from this group map, Google map, you can see that there are larger ones, Pakistan, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and there are smaller ones, Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, Jordan, and Israel. Jordan should have been quiet in terms of war, but its location here tells you something that its geographic connection to these groups, which stands out in our future analysis. And Pakistan as well. Pakistan also stands out from project number 1 and also have some interesting thing going on in this current project number 2. So here is the network picture of these 8 countries that we chose from. And we can see that Iraq is very much in the center, and all these are interconnected with each other, similar degree. Then we did the island methods and come up with 4 islands. But since the first island is similar to the weighted projection, so we skip that and then go straight to island 2 and 3 in terms of analysis. So the island 2, which is second reduction of added weight, tells us that Pakistan and Turkey are as involved as these hot zone area, which is interesting because Pakistan and Turkey has not really been in war, and then Afghanistan is only connected to Pakistan, that particular country, even that it has been in war with many other countries. And then the clique shows, on the clique, Jordan surprisingly stands out, and Turkey, despite their lack of war stage. And remember that the clique is a measurement of within clique intraconnection. So the way that Jordan and Turkey stands out in connecting to other countries, being that they are not in hot war zone, is very surprising to us. And the final island, which is island 3, leaves only 2 most important countries, Pakistan and Afghanistan. One being hot terror group, and the other being, I would say, supply of the terror group. So Pakistan's existence is consistent with our project 1, and again, Turkey is still remains on the cliques that is showing here. So final thoughts from this project is that Pakistan and Afghanistan are neighbors. They have the strongest source of terrorism. And Jordan maintains the stability even that they are in the border of these hot zone countries. There is cohesion, but not as strong as connections. And Lebanon has a long-standing terror group. In this particular group, which is Hezbollah, that forges strong connections with other countries through era. Thank you very much, and I will see you later.